The amateur game has always been a big part in our lives. It's always the topic of our conversations and is constantly on our minds on a daily basis.
Although it's not at a professional level, the amateur game is a working class sport at a working class level. Players put their bodies on the line, lives on hold, and have worked their socks off to be the best they can be from the top to the bottom of the amateur game.
We live and breathe football, and the amateur game has given us our best years in football. Both of us have come to the end of our playing days and want to sit and speak to the legends of the game, legends in their world, to sit and listen about the careers and stories of the game we love.
Welcome to our podcast.
3 points, please. So today we're joined by Collinstown legend, community man, family man, and one hell of a player, Dean Carpenter.
Welcome, Dean.
Thanks, lads.
What's the story? What are you up to now? We know you're still playing. What else is going on in the background?
Mad life. It's a mad life at the minute. Family life now. Football always came first, but now family comes first now, and it's all go now.
Business and all, running a business.
Business, yeah. So between business, family, and then trying to stay at the top of me football level is it's getting harder every week.
So we were only talking today, and we kind of seen that 33 years of age. I was like, that fella has to be about 38.
32.
32.
32.
Yeah, fair play to you, like. But you must have been going around a long time, because obviously we played with the AUL squad together. So you must be only a young lad going through that way.
Yeah, when I my first appearance in the AUL senior team, it was when I was 20.
Were you that young? Yeah.
20. Yeah, I got drafted in to go down. I was playing in the AUL youth, so I was the captain of the AUL youth team. And we were beaten on penalties in the semi-final. And then Jerry Davis was the manager of the AUL youths, or the AUL senior team, and they were playing down in Wexford. Now, we were playing, it was a crazy one, because we were playing Sheriff IC of, was it Sheriff Youth Club or Sheriff United? No, Sheriff IC in Senior Saturday. Cracking in a semi-final with Collinstown on the same Saturday. So I was caught in between to go and play for the AUL senior team in Wexford or to play there. One or the other. So I didn't have a choice. Jerry Davis said, listen, Dean, we need you down because we need you covering. Because at then I was only 20 years of age. I was Ross was in the squad. Barry Kavanagh, like it was some squad. Like it was all the best players in the junior game.
Yeah.
And I didn't get on the pitch. Right, my team got beaten 2-1. Collinstown got beaten by Sheriff 2-1, and we got beaten on penalties down with the AUL.
Did you think though he should have been probably honest with you and said, listen, go play a match? Or I know he wanted to look after his own interest there, but like not to put you on the pitch and after giving up your sacrificing your own team, like so.
I know. Yeah, it was a hard one to take, because it took a bit of stick off them all in Collinstown as well from it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it would have made a big difference in the game, but it would have made an impact in it. But yeah, it was lashing rain in Wexford. Never get out going home on the bus and all, texting the boys. No, we are beaten 2-1.
Who would have played left full there in that team with the AUL then to keep you out there?
And that then,
Still Costa wasn't there, was he? He was gone.
Gone. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. Do you know? I think the pictures are out in the AUL complex, but it was some team. It was quality, and it was against a very good Wexford team. They actually went on to win it. But one of my schoolboy friends that I played with in the Crumlin team with, Paul Murphy, he's actually still in Wexford running amok. He was actually playing. He was 20 years of age. I think he scored the winner as well. In the
playing for Wexford.
Yeah.
There's you sitting on the bench. Yeah, he's off celebrating.
And then after that, it was just bum down in Limerick. Then when I was 21. That's when it all started, 2011. We beat Limerick down in Limerick on penalties.
So 4 in a row, was it?
Yeah, the 4 in a row.
Fair play, yeah, deadly.
Yeah, yeah, it was unbelievable.
Some achievement, all right.
Yeah.
Brilliant achievement, actually. Yeah. So how are you finding just that normal kind of day life now? Where, as I said, playing, you're running a business, you have a gym, and everything else. Family life is out every night of the week, and being such a good community man as well. You got an award, didn't you, in 2014? Was it the sports?
2014, yeah.
Beat a few sports characters to get the nod there.
We beat a little sportsman back there, Mr. McGregor. A thing came up with the Gazette, Sports Person of the Year. So it was actually Stuart Goodall, he was actually the goalkeeper. He's the chairman of Collinstown Football Club now, but he was the goalkeeper back then. He said, Dino, I'm telling you now, I reckon we go and get a couple of votes there and you'll win that. Because I was after having a cracking year. It was, my dad only died in the December 2013 and I won that award in the April next. But I was after getting into the international team as well. I was after playing against England twice. So it was a bit more emotional because I was getting my head down. I had a couple of little goals to achieve when my dad basically had his last few little says to me. You get me? So it kind of pushed me. So we went out, we done the canvassing then out to get the votes and all that. So it was myself.
Like a politician going around.
Yeah, like a little local politician. It was myself, Conor McGregor, Kenneth Egan, and some rower. I was only looking at the name, something Anita something. So we were invited to the right venue, all our families, and the only person that didn't turn up to the awards was Conor McGregor.
Was it?
Now we sent his dad and his sister Erin, who would know from back. I think she trained once or twice in their gym before. So they were there. So listen, we went out, a couple of my friends, my brother. We didn't. We just went out for basically
You just weren't there to take part. You
no,
were there to take all boys.
No, we were there just for the night out. Right, it's an invitation. Like we had no clue we were gonna win. He's gonna win. So and it was a proper setup, like
proper
in
event,
the right venue.
Yeah.
Like some top people there. So I just heard my name getting called out for the main one. I was like, what's going on here? It was absolutely crazy.
Brilliant.
And I wouldn't mind. I think we had in April. Yeah, so that was on a Thursday, that game, because I was sending 60 kids from Collinstown to Manchester the next morning, but I couldn't go because we were playing in Donegal with the Oscar trainer. So we won the award, beat Conor McGregor. Little did I know, a couple of weeks, was that 2000? He got his first fight in 2013, wasn't it? He was after getting a good one in 2013. Remember the 60 grand or something?
Yeah.
So he was
60 G's, baby.
yeah, he was on the second ladder where he is now, or to where he's at to getting to now. But he was still a big superstar. But to beat him was unbelievable. The headline in the paper and I was top of the range. Dean Carpenter beats Conor McGregor.
Yeah, very good.
I have it framed in the gym and all, and
Yeah.
it's good to look back now because listen, what he's achieved is outrageous. Like he's the busiest sportsman in the world after, well, I'd say
Probably
Ronaldo.
at the
Amazing
minute,
for
probably
yourself
at the
though, but
minute,
as you said, like it wasn't like you deserved it. You just said yourself. The next day you're sending 60 kids away to Manchester, so obviously you're being involved heavily in the club and good structure for the schoolboys as well. Like, so you're bringing that club from many schoolboys. I just got starting off. That
was 2014, so we would have had about 13, 14 teams then.
Yeah, so you done that yourself.
Yeah.
You took a team yourself and brought them all the way through. Like so.
Yeah,
It
was brilliant. Because how I won that award was from the public vote. Like that wasn't any person making that decision. Like it was from the local people. So that was one thing I was
Obviously
grateful
made a big
for.
impact.
Oh, 100%. Anyone that I played football with, or people in my local community, was unbelievable.
So you said yourself a couple of goals there. Obviously, you have the awards of that. Do you think you pushed? They all came through, or did you?
Yeah, no. There's a few regrets. There's a couple of regrets that I still try and work on. But regarding the football end of it, I think I'm at the doing and proud.
I think you can do much more. Yeah, fair play.
I'm at the doing and proud.
Definitely on and off the pitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if they done another poll like that again,
Yeah.
for what you're doing in the community now, like it's top of the range. Like you'd probably beat McGregor again 10 times over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
the plan like in 2011, the seniors were formed in 2007 and they were flying. They were getting all the best players back from the Leinster senior. Kevin and Peter just grabbed 16 local fellas in the area in 2007. It was actually Kevin's nephew and Kevin's nephew's friend Andrew came to them and said, listen, will you set a team up for us? they went to him and Peter, set a team up for us. So because Neilstown Rangers are gone, so there was nothing in the Oak in the
area.
nothing.
And it breeds a lot of good footballers come talking like
100%. So they just got them together. They won that league. The next year, they signed Danto from Crumlin, and then he does start scoring 50 to 60, 70 goals a year. So a season. So after that, just got stronger and stronger and stronger. And then 2011, that was the that was the turning point. My dad and Matty McDonough, the two of them were at me and saying, Dean, we'll get all the paperwork done. Can you get a little team going in the area, and we'll get the schoolboys up and running, because it's well needed. So we put the feeders out, got a couple of kids in, I think there was 3 or 4 kids playing a year younger than they should have been. And then after that, it's 2023 now, and
so we started off obviously with one schoolboy team together, and now how many have you got? 23 teams.
23 teams now.
Starting off with one team, 23 teams. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
And that's boys and schoolboys and schoolgirls.
Strong outfit now, like Collinstown with a schoolboy, and then obviously 2. Have you got 2 senior teams now as well?
2 senior teams, yeah. 2 senior, and then the plan next year is to bring in a development team. So that'd be a bunch of 18 to 19-year-olds that aren't ready to play Saturday football.
So there's a good plan in place there for the moment,
yeah. And there's massive plans regarding the facilities, because I think the next 24 months is going to be the turning point in the club off the pitch.
Brilliant.
Regarding club or changing facilities, meeting rooms, and all weather pitches.
Everything going forward, so happy days.
Yeah.
No, that started a couple of years ago with one team, like more or less, was it?
Yeah, just one team, and then because the seniors were flying, they were battering teams in the leagues and cups.
I always say that though, you need a nice input of schoolboy kids to come through. A lot of teams will struggle. They wouldn't have it. You need a connection from 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You need that kind of connection going into the force team. Like a lot of teams have kind of fell away to the wayside at the moment.
No, but
looks at Sheriff as well. They've no structure coming up to that. You kind of need that feeding into it. If you get, say, 2 or 3 players out of one team, and they could be squad players or they could be fucking superstars. If you get that, you're gonna keep building for years and upon years. Like you had 1 or 2 players from the outside, but you're done the right way. You got a good structure in there. Obviously, it took a good couple of years. Now look, you're reaping the benefits of it now. Like, so fair play.
Yeah, well done then. So take us back from the start. Where did it all start?
So my first I actually left that out in your in the questions. My first team, I was 6 years of age. I went down training with Ballyferma, United, and I think I played 6 months there with them, and I think they made a big mistake playing Cherry Orchard in the friendly. So when we played Cherry Orchard in the friendly, I was just handpicked straight away. So signed for Cherry Orchard then under 7s. But that was my father's club and me brother.
Cherry Orchard
Football Club. My brother played in a massive successful team with them. He played with Gary Dicker, Connor Salmon, Stephen Quinn.
Your brother was their age actually.
Yeah, they played, I think their biggest achievement was up in the Mill Cup. I think they were beaten by Man United. Paul Mac. I remember being a kid up there, but so that was the connection kind of getting there. And yeah, went there, played there under 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, 12s, 13s, and at the end of under 13s, our manager had a fallen out with the committee down there, some politics stuff, and just took 7 or 8 of us to Crumlin and linked up with John Bulger at Crumlin. We stayed at Crumlin for 2 seasons, and a lot of the lads were drifting off then because a couple of lads went to England. Connor Clifford, he signed with Chelsea when he was 15, so we used to play for Chelsea on the Saturday and come back and play for Crumlin on the Sunday.
It's crazy, isn't it? Drive fill up the post there, wasn't it?
Brilliant. And then Richie
he was a big prospect, wasn't he, Connor Clifford back then?
Yeah, I was only with him last week, so we actually come up against him now in a couple of weeks for Luke and United. So so he's got them in the cup. He's got them in the cup. Yeah, that was one thing I said to myself. I wonder will we ever get face to face on the pitch
again? Yeah, now we have it.
So so we went to Crumlin, and at the end of under 16s. All the lads went to England. few of us were training with League of Ireland clubs, and I was saying, right, what do I want? Like, I was in a bit of my head was a bit messy. I didn't know what I wanted.
What age are you now at this time?
I was only 16.
Right.
So I was saying to myself, right, do I go and play 17s or do I push to get into the League of Ireland? And I ended up being asked to go back to Cherry Orchard because there was a bit of sour grapes because Richie took 8 of us to Crumlin because he had the Barney. So we went back to Cherry Orchard and I was actually invited to the Mill Cup with Cherry Orchard, and that's what we were actually beaten in the Mill Cup final, the main final with Crumlin under 14s by Swindon 9-8 on penalties. I think we would have been the only junior team to win it. I know Cherry Orchard won it in 93, I think. But,
are they probably the only team, Daddy?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. 9-8 on sudden death. And he's gonna hate me saying this, but Richie telling this to me. Signed my Celtic a year later. But and then Cherry Orchard went up there with the Mill Cup, and we got out of our group stage, got to the quarter final, and first 20 minutes, broke my metatarsal. Who breaks it? Makeda. Remember Makeda?
That's right, yeah. Frederick Makeda, yeah.
He came across me when I went to whip the ball down the line. I whipped it down the line, but he came across me foot, and I was out the rest of the tournament for that. Then come home, or we come back from obviously that. That was actually under 16s, and then signed for Cherry Orchard for to finish my last schoolboy season. By then they were planning the process for the next couple of years with what they're doing now to get into their senior team. So the plan didn't go to the way it should have been, and I went out to watch Matthew playing for Collinstown. He was at the coming out Black Diamonds, I think. Was it Black Diamonds? That used to be a senior team from Ballyfermot. And so I know Collinstown he did, because that was what Kevin and Peter's plan was, to get all the good players from the area out of the Leinster senior
local lads,
and get them back in, and he done a serious job on it.
Because look, that's how you get the team back going. Like as you said, Neilstown folded. How else are you going to get a team going? You're gonna have to go local and stay local and just get all the best.
So I went
players
out to watch them against Holt, and they were short players, weren't they? So he goes, Dean, do you want to jump on the bench? I was only 17, only gone 17. I says, yeah. So one of the lads ended up getting injured in the second half. I came on, and we won a free kick. And I goes to Kevin, can I take it? Because no one's taking it. I took it, stuck thing in the top corner. He goes, sign him up. So after that, I was 17. After that, I was just
mind on it, focused.
Collinstown.
And went to play the it was under 18s. We think there was 5 or 6 was selected for the AUL youth team, and then played in that, beaten in that, and then the Oscar trainer just took off.
You would have started off with Collinstown like way back down, and then went to senior Saturday, didn't you?
They started in that club or form. They started in Division 2A, and he went all the way to senior Saturday, and one senior Saturday, and then the big talk was, right, will we go Sunday? And you're like, no, we're not ready yet. Let's play senior Saturday again. They won it again, and then they jumped into Premier C then.
That's right. Because I remember the kind of the route. Because there was always, when we would have been playing in Premier A at the time, you were always there. Everyone was kind of talking about Collinstown at that
on
time.
The way,
on the
way.
The
big one was I think we were in senior Saturday. They beat Colester. We beat Colester, and it was actually matching my brother. We beat them 1-0.
Colester's first team.
Yeah, and I was only 18. I was marking Micah and Lacey.
Both
back then they were the top
dogs.
They were the top dogs.
I say you're focused on that one way,
yeah. But Matty hit a screamer from the halfway line, doesn't he? To win the game, so he still talks about it to this day. Like, you know what I mean?
Had a few points.
They're putting her up. Which goal is better? His one or was it my one against me? When my dad's match, when we played Shamrock Rovers the day after my dad's funeral.
That's right, yeah.
Like that was just.
It was unbelievable. Was it emotion as well?
Beat them 5-4.
Yeah.
We only had to bury my dad the day before.
Was that in the FAI Junior?
Yeah, FAI Junior Cup. That was the year we went to Ballinanty in the semi-final. We were beaten 7-8 on penalties.
Jesus.
Ballinanty went to the final then, were beaten by Michaels 5-0.
I didn't know you went that far. I didn't know you got to the semis.
Down in Jackman
Know
Park. Down in Jackman Park. And the worst thing about it is it's all on YouTube. It's a 45-minute, the whole game and the highlights, and it haunts you.
You probably still go back and watch it, though, do you?
It haunt. That's me. One of me top 3 regrets.
Is there anything you could have done differently, would you say, to get the win? Or I know we went to penalties and all that, but is there obviously you said you had regrets, but is there something you done in the game, or is there something that could have been changed?
Could have, a few things could have been changed, but we no disrespect to Ballinanty, the team we had that day, we should have been just mauling them. But it was down in their backyard, crowd. I'll send you the link after here. It was a cracking game. It was that time when Aviva were doing all the coverage, so there was cameras in our face, left, right, and centre. It was crazy coverage.
That was great though.
Brilliant for the sponsor.
Yeah,
Aviva,
for the FAI Junior. But that was great for the FAI Junior when the Aviva came in. 100%.
Unbelievable.
Every game was from the semis onwards, or was the quarter onwards, that was all covered by Aviva.
Last 16, because
16,
when we beat Pike, we buried my dad on the Saturday.
Must have been an emotional day after the funeral and then going.
Was that the winner you scored?
The winner 5-4.
See, I'm getting chills with me bleeding back
So,
in the neck there.
My dad died on the Thursday, and obviously Pike were in touch and asked listen, we understand Mr. Carpenter's at the passing away, because we knew he had 2 weeks left leading up to it, and they said, listen, we don't mind postponing to the game. So we had a couple of hours, and me and my brother and my ma and all used to just say, Dean, regarding this, it's your decision. You and your brother and Peter and Kevin and Stuart, you still sit around. And we just sat around for no longer than 1 minute, and we said, no, let's go and play.
Let's go.
Brilliant.
Let's go and play. So that was on the Sunday. We buried them on the Saturday. The rain was torrential, like this, even at the funeral.
Did you have bagpipes playing out, was it?
Everything.
Yeah.
It was some setup. It was unbelievable. Like, you look back on it now, and it's a pity the drones weren't back out then and everything else. But what people done for me after that, get me the clips. Like, I think Gavin Early was doing the paper back then. Like, you should have seen the headline clips he caught at the time. It was great. But the funeral and all was madness on the Saturday. Like, all my family were over, friends. None of the players could drink at it. The manager, Kevin doesn't drink it anyways. Peter and Stuart and all, they were just all home early. There was ballots all day. Not even a DJ, just ballots all day. I think the Bear Mats, is it? No, the Bear Mats from Ballyfermot. They played at his funeral all day. So I left the pub at about 10 o'clock. Just drank water for the whole day. Just interacted with everybody. Just, no, we're playing this tomorrow. We need to do it. We need to win this game tomorrow.
Brilliant. There you go.
The dedication.
The dedication to amateur football
and
there
my
again.
father's funeral. So the next morning, it was just emotional. Like the Pike, like they're at the coming out of bleeding Limerick. Limerick's where they're from was different gravy, like it's hard as nails stuff.
Big time.
But you should have seen the setup in the college. Like, they had barriers going right around. There was,
I've seen a couple of clips already.
There was t-shirts, there was the bagpipes, there was pissing rain. The rain was. Ian Bradley was refereeing it.
Was he?
He actually gave me the. See, for the FAI Junior, I had to do it's on a cardboard team sheet. So he laminated that and gave that to me.
Ah, very good.
So we have it, and you look back at it now.
Nice man, Ian. Lovely
like
man.
You should have seen. And John Mills, you know John Mills, don't you? He was the goalkeeper that day. Like, and he still gets stick from this day because he slipped 3 times for 3 of their goals, didn't he?
Jesus.
So they were saying, like, you had wellies on in goal that day, John. But it was a crazy game. I remember we were winning 4-3 in the game, and Philly RL, remember the captain, the red-haired lad?
No.
So Philly was our captain for years. He handed the captain armband over to me. We were winning 4-3, the last kick of the game, in normal time, to win the game. And a scrappy corner come into the box, and they shot. And Philly jumped up into the top corner and saved it.
That was Suarez.
So they scored a penalty to make it 4-4. Game went to extra time. And then we were just pushing on. We were going in the second half, going down against the wind. And I was playing left full. And one of our lads went down the right, checked back in, come into the midfielder. Midfielder just rolled the ball across me. I was outside the box. And as it was coming to me, I just said, right, I'm hitting this. I hit the thing now. The college actually have it on CCTV, but the rain is kind of, but you can see the ball flew into the top corner. As soon as I scored, just turned, see where my ma was, ran straight. She had my dad's picture in her hands, and then that was the end.
Unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
That's emotions and that.
Like,
That's unbelievable.
Just lied on the ground in the pissings of rain when the full time was up for about half an hour. Just lying there with everyone, and
I'd say like loads of mixed emotions, but euphoric emotions and everything lying there, just
madness.
soaking it all in.
And
literally.
the good thing is now, just you look back and then it's people still say you know, if you're sitting in the pub and all with them, and you'd say, Jesus, that'll be never. Every time I see him, Bradley, he'll say it to me.
Never be beaten.
Never be beaten.
So your goal was better than Matthew's then, was it?
Oh, 100%. And then that Sunday, then it was like a second day. It was like a wedding. It was like a wedding weekend.
Yeah.
Like, I know my father passed away, but he done some battle. Like, he battled that for 2 years. He did.
Yeah.
And he never gave out once. He was still out putting goals up in that college, leading with a big bag of chemo hanging out of him. Just kept going and going and going and going. And
such a well respected man in the area, and all, wasn't he?
Listen, he was different. He was just always there to help you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if I've never seen him in a bad mood. The only time I see him in a bad mood is when I was younger. If I got into trouble on the road, and he just say cop on. But that's what kind of kept me kind of a bit level headed, strong growing up.
Brilliant.
Because it was a big eye opener when he passed away from me. Because at the end of the day, only for him I wouldn't have.
You had to grow up fast.
Oh, 100%.
How old were you then?
Only 22.
Very young.
22. So it was hard. Turning 23.
Do you think that you're taking over his role that he would have had in the club, as in organising the schoolboys and the academy and everything else?
I wish I had his role, because there wouldn't be much. Now, I'm at to take the big step back from certain things this year in the club. Like, my role in the club this year is just kind of helping the managers out. Like,
yeah,
you get me? Because I don't have the time to be on the
both
pitches.
schoolboys, more schoolboys than
schoolboys.
anything.
Yeah, the seniors they have their own quality managers there, so I don't really get involved much in that. But regarding the schoolboy, if there's a new manager coming in, I'll tie in them with the local FEI development master and say, right, I have 5 here that need to go on that course. You get me?
Very good.
Because if that's not getting done, they're not going to.
Yeah, and you need to be pushing them for it, don't you? I agree with that. With all the schoolboys.
Too many managers coming just as parents of the kids saying, "I'll do that," and thrown in there, and he thinks he's Jurgen Klopp, and he's coming out with it. We're gonna do this and high press on it. It's like 5-a-sides under 8 or something. Kids don't understand that. Kids don't understand football. They understand kind of well done, pats in the back, and it doesn't matter game time. When we're coming off, can I go back on? It's stuff. It's just have to break it down to simplify for kids. By doing that, what you said there, that's just going to make them kids progress even more and step it up. Like.
Well, the club, and my motto is, if we bring a manager and a coach in, the club, committee, board, management are responsible of getting these coaches, managers, educated courses. You know, like, you can't just expect a coach and manager to come in and start doing the basics. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's up to us to get them skilled up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, very good.
So that's the role I've took this year to take responsibility for.
Do you find that you're kind of making it almost compulsory to do that? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, that rule, because I've seen over the years with schoolboy teams, and you know, a parent, and fair play to the parent coming in and looking at the team, but they've no interest then in going and getting their kick. I think it's Kickstart. Is it Kickstart? PDF, and PDP 1 and PDP 2, and the safeguarding and all your 7v7 and your 9v9 and your workshops and things like that. But I think it should be compulsory.
Yeah, no,
in every club.
In fairness, now our board of management have a strict code of conduct. Like, it's a strict code of conduct. Like, I don't know where they got it from. They must have got it out of the top court in Ireland, because it's for parents, players, managers and coaches, and it's good because it's going to bring up the standards in the club, you know, and it's what's needed.
Well, you bring more, you attract more from that.
Yeah,
you attract the good players. Not saying the good players, you attract more players. You attract better coaches.
Well, look,
they want to be around that.
Won't you, buddy?
But good coaches like to be around good standards.
Yeah, it's exactly. It keeps the standards up, because a lot of kids do in their area. Like, the percentage in their area of kids living at home at one parent is high. So it's important that they're coming in and they're looking up to the managers and coaches as their role models. You know, like some of the kids in their our club don't have fathers, you know, and that's just down to circumstances. So they be coming in looking up to the manager and the coach as their role model. Like, prime example, when I first started in the academy, these kids now are, Sean and they be all 14, 15, right? So this is a cracker. I used to just wear my Man City jersey down to the academy coaching, yeah. So these be all 5 and 6 year olds now.
Trying to wind them up more than anything.
Yeah. And I'm still winding them up as we speak, right? Because I stepped away from the academy after we came out because the schoolboys and we're getting too big. So I had to be in around the teams. But I'm heavily back involved in the academy now because my young flights at the start. And so it's killing 2 birds at the one stone as well. But going back to the story, all these young flights now are 15, 16, yeah? And they're all going to watch Man City.
Right.
They're all smart Man City since they're 5 and 6 years away.
From you?
From me. And the parents will be listening to this and they'll tell you, swear to God, one of them I think the father has a membership and all now. And the parents are Liverpool and Man United.
Brilliant.
You know, so I'd say now when they're in a restaurant or a pub with the son has the City jersey on and I'd say my name pops up every weekend.
Yeah, but that's a role model I looked up to though. Obviously only Dean follows Man City, I want to be like Dean.
Well look, I'm sure Clondalkin was full of Man United fans, probably 1,000 Man United, but there's probably about 30 Man City fans in Clondalkin now.
But there's some amount. But
and you were saying you're going over tomorrow, weren't you? Bringing your young fella and your little Carl over there.
Carl, yeah. So we're going over in the morning. So I'll fly over at 8 in the morning, watch the game at 3, and then fly home then at 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
Very good. Yeah.
So
doing some great things for Carl's journey as well, haven't you? Over the
that was amazing. Yeah,
we done we played in the F5-a-side tournament. We done there. It was brilliant. Yeah, brilliant.
Did you just get to the final against each other? Was it?
No, I think he was one.
We were beaten in it. I was beaten in the final again by Crumlin. No, the lads off Crumlin, Jamesy and that for the team.
As usual.
But me and Crockett and Daz and all for the team. Or Chandler actually got.
It wasn't asked. I wasn't asked. Thanks,
great day.
Yeah,
I was well backed. Chandler, he's played a huge part in it. Yeah, so that's the crack with it's all go with the schoolboys and seniors at the minute. It's like it's a full-time job.
Big time.
It's a full-time job.
And playing wise as well,
So the way my daily routine is, I get up 5 in the morning, walk till about 12:30. When I come out of the gym then at 12:30, it's right what football stuff to catch up on. Before I go on the school run, and me and my partner rotate on that, and then it's back to the gym then in the evenings. And then when I'm not in the gym, then I'll be over in the park. Just like I went in with one of the teams there because the manager, he was on his own, so I was coaching with them for the summer. So and then back to my senior training then that night. So it's
all go.
It's all go.
10 minutes sleep a night, is it?
Yeah, no, I try my best to be asleep before 10:30, 11 some nights, you know. But some nights I don't get to bed till 11:30, and it's
them extra half hours kill you, don't they? They kill you.
It's tough out.
What badges have you got there?
I'm up to my UEFA B at the minute.
And how you find the badges?
The thing with me with badges, I took a route. So when we were playing in the AUL youth team, we were cracking. We had cracking games against all the country teams in the AUL, and we played. I think it was Sligo. It was a great game. I think we beat them 1-0 or 2-1. So there was a local American scholarship crew that were at the game, and they obviously approached. They come over to the manager afterwards and said, "Listen, lad,
who's your manager in the AUL youth then?"
He was Paul Fedderson now Cardiff, is it? No, the Feddersons?
No,
is it Paul? Sound man. He's a roofer. Unbelievable man. So he was more of a man manager. He wasn't a coach. He was just one of them men that you always respect, you know. So I took that journey. Yeah, that was a big change in my career.
So you took the scholarship?
Took the scholarship over in Missouri in America. And I was actually at to sign the 6 months before I went, so the 6 months leading up to was a big nerve wracking. So
would it have been always something that you kind of looked towards,
no,
or did it just come out and
always come
out of the blue, and then people were on me case saying, "Oh, Dean, go and do it," and I was like, I didn't. To be honest with you, I wasn't pushing them doing it, you know. So when it started getting close to doing it, I was saying, right, I'm gonna go and do it. But when I got over there, I was 18. I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, right. I got on to it. I was at after a couple of weeks, I rang my ma, and she wasn't having any of it. She says, you're staying there.
What are you trying to say? The mother's like that. Just come home, son.
Yeah. I rang my dad, and she said, son, listen, it's up to you, but you need to have a plan before you come home. And so that time I had a good relationship with Jerry Davis. So he was running the FUI development course in Ringsend. Still is there at the minute. And I rang him up, and I said, back then it was only Skype, so you could. It wasn't the way the phones are nowadays, so it was hard. So, and we were on a time change difference, so I had to catch him at certain hours. Like, but in America, before I move on to Jerry, so I was up 4:30 in the morning on the pitch for 5 to train, 5 to 7. Back field in the classroom for 9. Finished school at 3, college at 3. Back to the training pitch at 5, 7.
So you had full time.
Yeah. Now I still keep in touch with the main coach. Like I got homesick terrible. Like it was.
It's not now across the way, but in England or something. That
I was 18 years of age, coming from where I come from as a pure schooling little area, like close. Like I'm so close to my family, so close to friends. It's not like if I was living in the middle of nowhere, and it was hard. It was horrible, and I would have loved this if it was a little bit older, but I was too young going.
Yeah,
way too young going. I was 18 years of age, but I look back on it now, and I don't regret coming home.
How long did you do?
I done 4 weeks out of a 4-year contract, so I signed for 4 years. Now you see some people go over there and they get hit with bills left, right, and centre. Like I had everything. Everything
full
was
scholarship, was it?
Yeah, everything was sorted for me. You know, so come home. From
what was the standard like?
Standard was very good. We were in St. Louis, Missouri. I actually follow a couple of the lads now, and they're still doing well.
Still playing.
It's a mad setup regarding into the MLS and that it is. But I always think when I always think about it when I'm on long flights.
Reminds you of it.
Yeah, because I can only that's when I only relax my brain off. And when anywhere like in the way my life is at the minute, it's like a motorway. So I don't have time to think about it.
To reflect a bit.
Reflect. But when I look back on it now, and I'll write a story about my life sometime.
You should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Definitely
to see a
should.
bullet point of what way my career went, because it's had to be a crazy career. So enjoyed that over there. It was great. Like they used to, there was a lad that was part of the boardroom, the backroom staff. So when you finished training and all, you had to jump in this wheelie bin full of ice and water. Like not the way the ones are now, with small little things. This was a wheelie bin, and you had this was up to your neck. He's standing there with a stopwatch, and you're like, and he doesn't let you out, and he's laughing at you and all. And see if you start being a little whinge bag and all, he's screaming at your face and all. It was just more of a test, but the training was tough over there. Physically, yeah. So you don't.
And then obviously you're struggling then a little bit mentally with being homesick.
I was struggling mentally. I was living with a fella from California, 2 fellas from California, and a fella from Zimbabwe. Is it? I actually do you know what I actually do with him now? I sent him all the old kids jerseys. So he has his own big football academy over there. So I sent him
in America.
No, he's
back at home.
He's back at home
Zimbabwe.
now. So he runs all big football academies in his town. He does. So we send all the kids over to him. So he was.
It's all about 200 lads from running with Collinstown
F.C.
I
swear to God,
City jerseys.
Because he was amazing. I still keep in touch with him. I'll actually send him the podcast when it comes out. But I lived with him and 2 fellas in California. We had our own little apartment in the block. Like we're all on campus. And the pitch was just, you walk over your door over a little archway, and then we're onto the pitch. Everything is on should have seen the campus where we were. It was amazing.
So it was only a town, I'd say, is it?
Oh, it was amazing. But yeah, so it was just, and then Ricky, he was my manager. Ricky Garza. He's huge in America. He's actually had to setting up his own. He has his own big football club over there now. He's had to getting that big. So, like, I went and stayed in his. I got that bad. I went and stayed in his house for 5 days just to see could I
break the cycle of feeling at home.
Yeah. So and he was trying to talk to me, and his wife and all, and like he basically took me underneath his wing, and he used to bring me back down training, down when we were going, and I just said, Rick, this is not happening for me. I need to go home.
So you got in touch with Jerry Davis and kind of
got in touch with Jerry, and I said, Jerry, listen, I'm struggling over here. I said, but my ma won't let me home if I don't have a plan, because she doesn't want me. Because back then, Clondalkin,
straight into labour and just sitting around doing nothing.
And the crime was kind of bad in Clondalkin at the time. One of my friends died, he was killed. So that's why my ma was like, right.
A bit fearful of you coming back, A
bit fearful. So I was like, ma, now I couldn't promise her that until Jerry gave me the yoke. Jerry said, listen, Dean, there's a big list, which there is. There's a crazy list for that course every year. And I said, can you put my name on it? So he asked me what date I'd be home, gave me the date, went home, and then rang me ma. And she said she wants to see him writing. Right? So I had to
she wasn't taking your word for
it. But back then you had to go through the FOSS, didn't you, to get onto the course. So I had to do all that over there. Had a small little laptop. Them little mini.
The tiny ones.
A disaster it was. And it was pink. Everything was worse. I think it was my sister's. So got that letter, sent it to me ma. And my ma was pissed off for a while. But Collinstown were delighted I was coming home.
Yeah, I'd say so already.
So the big thing was when I was coming home, was I going to go back to Collinstown, or was I going to, back then I think there was 1 or 2 in the AUL. It was actually, who was the manager back by Sheriff that time? Bone, because I was getting close to Bone, Stephen Murphy that time. He kept at me, come on Dean, I'm signing for Sheriff, we're going with everything. And then when I come home, got stuck into the course. But it was hard when I come home, because every question to me, like, I had to face the public. So it was a big challenge. I said, listen, it was too hard. Mentally it was too hard. Physically, yeah, all day long. I reckon if I had went 2021, I'd be probably still in America somewhere. But I'm glad that I wasn't, because 4 years later my dad died. So and I don't regret. Like, I didn't miss out on over there. Like, I got, when I went in to do the course, started that, come home in August, late August I come home, went to the start of August, come home late August, and started the course that September, 4th September. And back then my dad was working full time, and it was in Ringsend. It was a nightmare to get there. So Peter, who was involved in the club, Peter Keaton, he used to bring me in every day, and it was a bleeding gift. Like, only for him I would have been lost getting in and out, because it was 2 buses, like a little 18-year-old. Like, so that's why some of the kids drop over now, because you get the 2 buses, the travelling. So just got on that, and there was some quality players on it. Like, what a course. Do you know the background of that course?
I know of it. I know Jerry is involved, and I know a few players, Liam Brady, and that have been involved in here, and of players that have been involved over the last few years, all right, but I wouldn't know too much of the insight.
But when I joined that course, I knew the modules that were in it. There's obviously the soccer part of it, it's full time. That's the reason. I want to sign up for that, because you're getting paid for it. But then the other side of it was the gym work, the nutritional work, and then the communication work. So I was like, that wasn't kind of catching me eye. Like, when I was in America, I didn't want to be, the last thing I wanted to be was a gym instructor. I was going to try and get into that MLS league. That was me goal. That was my goal. But obviously things didn't work out. So when we come home, we played football then in the course for, I think it was the first 2 weeks, meeting each other and all. It was a bit of crack. Some Pico Lopez, Roberto, that's the Rovers at the minute. He was on my course. Look what he's at achieving now. Like, that's outrageous. Like, I think he's at the winning everything. Cracking. The lads were bleeding brilliant, and I don't think it was a better. To me, I don't think Jerry has got a better bunch than us since then, because it was brilliant. Remember the snow back in 2010-11? That's when I was on that course, and when the Astro wasn't available, we used to go down to Sandy Mountain train. It was deadly. And John O'Connor, Tom O'Connor, he's a tutor with the FEI. Skinhead fella. He was Jerry's number 2. Guys,
he does the courses.
He's a cray. He was Jerry's number 2. He was playing mad. Good crackpot. So it was him and Jerry. But what a year! It was unbelievable. And then the gym side would start coming in, and now the girl from used to be in Gladiators, Helen, she was a tutor. Now she was staunch. She used to say, "Listen, lads, I'm
for
here
conditioning.
Yeah, I'm here to educate you. So you can either learn or you don't want to learn." Now, if you didn't want to learn a class, she put you out, which was great. So she teaches all our nutritional, all our communications. It was brilliant. It was amazing. And then November, that's when they stuck us. They just threw it at us saying, "Right, you 3 are teaching this circuit class today," and we were like, "Whoa, what are we gonna do here?" So I went straight back to me notes because she gave you a module. It was Linton Lane. That's who the FEI linked with,
right,
for to bring in the gym instructor. I think it's nearly 5 or 6,000 worth of qualifications on that course you get, because I added it all up at the end, and yeah, they just put us on the hop saying, "Right, you need to teach this." And she come out to me at the end of the class at Dean, because I was always a good communicator on the pitch, and
sporting
most of my teams I played with, I've been the captain, so I kind of had that little bit of leadership, and I always kind of like being in control of things. So she goes, "You'll be actually good teaching." I was like, "Really?" She says, "Yeah." So I start kind of from November, I start getting into that bit more, and when we got all our qualifications and we graduated in July, the following July, the big one for me then was, what do I do next? Because it's only a year course. So we finished that in July, and I went and done an extra course local, because I wanted to go on to, I was actually playing in the AUL team. Oscar trainer then, still with Jerry, and Colin Hawkins was his assistant, and Colin Hawkins was coaching up in ITB in Blanche. So I got on to Hawks and said, "Listen, I'm looking to go on, bring all this on further now. Is there anything you can do for me?" So he played a massive part getting me into the ITB. He got me a soccer scholarship in ITB. Brilliant. All my fees paid for.
You see, they're saying that so many people have been helping you out along the way.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jerry Davis doing you a favour, getting you on that course. Your neighbour dropping you down to then Hawks doing that. So obviously you're a likable person. Like, yeah. So obviously you're doing something along the way.
I think it was more my commitment, that's one thing my dad built into me. My commitment. Like, if I had to be training, I'd have to be training. If I had to be walking, I'd have to be walking. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And
you can see your commitment now. You're doing about 20 different things a day. Like, so it's obviously it's built inside you. Like,
it is hard. And then after went to ITB, that was for 3 years. 3 years.
So you're still playing with Collinstown at this time?
Didn't have the gym.
Yeah,
didn't have the gym. So I'm
just
playing with Collinstown. I was in the I think they're into the international team.
So you're at the going up the years here in Collinstown, going into Premier C,
Premier C,
Premier B,
and it was Premier C and Premier B when I was in college, and went on to ITB. So that was, so I kind of I got a little, I think it was a grant I got the basically for me lunch and all. I think my ma played a big part in helping me getting a grant, because I had no income coming in then, because I was finished the course. Do you get me? I was going into college now. The scholarship paid for me
for your fees and things like that. So everything like that's looked after.
So
you have to look after yourself.
Yeah, so I kind of had no income coming in. So I was like, right, I need to start doing something. Like, I was after getting the gym, the FEI qualification, gym instruction. So I was going on to do my sports degree in sports management. So I was asked to my sister's friend's brother teaches classes in Bonog, and he couldn't make it one night, and he said, "Dean, would you be able to cover?" So we went and covered them, done 2 classes. All the women come back and said, "You were fucking brilliant. Your motivation was deadly."
There's your leadership things coming in.
I was saying, so I went back to college, and I was getting a bit more stressed out because of no money. Do you know what I mean? I had money, but I didn't have money to what I wanted to be doing. Do you get me? So I was like, right, I need to do something here. So got in touch with the local enterprise people, yeah, because there's a big enterprise centre. I said, listen, is there any units available here? Now, listen, I had between 2 and 5 grand in my bank account, but that was for other savings down the line. So I says, is there any grants here? And back then there was loads of grants. And a lad
probably still going through like a recession that time,
yeah. So it's back to education. That's what I got. Think about, you get 150 a week and then it goes down each year. So there was a
like
lad,
a sole trader type thing, sort of thing.
So
help you?
there was a lad in the social welfare, Kieran Barry. Worst thing that ever happened to me, him getting moved down to Kerry to the social welfare, right? Because he helped me get everything set up. Like, he got me the grant for me kettlebells. He got me so I got a facility where I still am now. It's in the enterprise centres. Yeah. This was in 2013. Sorry.
Still there.
2012. Yeah, we're still there now.
Brilliant.
So my dad died in 2013. And basically my dad done all the painting, he done all the fixings, done all the hooks for the TRX, and they're all still there now, so we'll never take them down.
Yeah.
You know, so that's his little legacy. So that was in 2012 when we all got the keys off that, but I'm still in college now at the time.
Yeah.
So I was only doing evening classes and I was struggling to pay the rent because I couldn't be there in the morning. Back then I thought 6 a.m.s and 7 a.m.s didn't exist.
They were non-existent.
They were non-existent then, you know. So we went in and we were struggling every week, don't I get? Because back then I was only charging people a £5 a class. We didn't have in the FUE course, you only had your gym instruction qualification coming out. You didn't have your personal training till you went into the sports management college bit. So I couldn't be bringing in people one-on-ones in the evening. So just doing groups. So done the college, and then in my second year I was like, right, the gym was getting busier. I says, right, I need to do something here. I said, I need to put this college on hold and keep driving. So I done me 2 years in my college and just focused fully on the gym and went back doing my coaching. So there were my 2 little revenues coming in there.
Brilliant.
And then I was in and out. I was in and out of the Oscar trainer teams. Like, I think we met up every 4 weeks, was it?
I think so. That's where you usually working.
And then I think on the Saturdays then we were with the international teams for training. I think they were every couple of months. So it was crazy. I remember I went to my mates. This is where the commitment comes in it again. Me mate, one of my good mates got married on this Friday. And we had international training on the Saturday, and I didn't drink.
Just for training,
yeah.
So,
but look at it.
It wouldn't be me, in fairness.
But them little dedications like that, if you had said to Jerry Smith, look, listen, I'm going to a wedding, you could easily get you play your way out of the team there, and he could not pick you again. Do you know what I mean? They're the fine little lines like that.
So we bring it back to the Collinstown at this stage, right? So you went through C, B, into the Premier A now, in with the big boys, as we say. How would you find out? Because as Al said, there's a lot of talk about you coming through. Like, these boys are even flying around.
We came in 2015 was when we were in Premier A, weren't we? When we beat Sheriff in Tolka Park.
What was that, Leinster Junior final?
Yeah, 2015, yeah, because we went to we actually beat them in when we were in Premier A.
What score was that? 1-0, was it?
1-0, yeah. Horse Brogan scored, yeah. Another game on YouTube. It was a cracking game on YouTube. That was blazing crazy. That was the first one.
Was that the first final you were at to get into?
First big one.
Getting into Premier A.
Yeah. So the first big one, because we struggled that. We struggled that year. Now, we got into Premier A in 2013.
Some memory on this fella, I'll tell you.
Yeah, 2013, because we had a struggle in 2013 in Premier A. We had a struggle, we did. We lost, I think, the first 6 or 7 games. It was horrible. And then 2014.
Did you feel the step up when you went into it? You noticed, because obviously back then, them lower league teams, them lower leagues were probably getting a little bit weaker and weaker as it was going on. Like the way Premier A kind of ended up getting, but coming up, and then you hit in, and Oh,
Yeah.
you're in there with a few big hitters as well. You know what I mean?
We were brushing teams aside in Premier C and Premier B, and we knew going to Premier A. Like that's when we brought in. We are going for outsiders. So all the Saturday leagues that we won, Premier B or Premier C and Premier B, was all
Just your close
The
all
local
our
lads,
boys.
the community
yeah.
lads, yeah.
And then when we hit Premier A, that's when the likes of Kevin started saying, "Right, we need to get one or two experienced lads in and get them around." And that was 2013-14. That's when we start drifting into Ballyferma. Then in 2015, getting them lads up. Now there was a few Ballyferma lads down in when we were down, and we were beaten by Ballinanty in 2014 in the FU Junior semi-final. And that was, we were in Premier A then still, and then 2016 we had done that big run in the Leinster Senior Cup. We beat Shamrock Rovers up there. Pat Fenlon was
Tala?
the man. Yeah, beat them 2-0. 8-2-0.
So there's some crowd up there, was
Yeah,
there?
we were 14-1 to beat them. So we went on
14 to 1,
14
man.
to
What?
1, yeah. So we beat Sheriff in that final. Like back then, 2015, that was the Sheriff team that were untouchable. I think they went. Did he go the following? Yeah, they went and won the FU Junior the following week. Did they?
I think that's what usually goes. Yeah, I think it's Leinster Junior.
Liffey's beat them in 2015.
They lost 2 finals that year, did
Yes.
they?
And
So it was yours and Liffey's that beat
us and
them.
Liffey's, and they won all the others in the league cups, because back then, like, they'd some, because I only went on Cabinet a few months ago, and he was telling me, he said that was some final. But the worst thing what happened was them getting dragged to the Tallaght Stadium, because the pitch was brilliant. We were all flyers like that. It was coming to a stage where they were.
Who was in yours squad then, Dean?
So
A few.
who was the goalkeeper? Was it Ross? I think Ross was the keeper. Ross Costin the keeper. Back we played a 3-5-2.
They would have played 3-5-2 as well, would they? We
That's
matched
the
them.
reason we played. We matched
Matched
them. It was me, Damo Cuff, and Peter Thomas as the back three. The three in the middle was Dean Ebby, Dan O'Matches, and Dylan Clark. These are all only 21.
Yeah.
On the wing was Mark O'Neill and Collie. And then up front, Anto McCormick and Horst Brogan. Anto was man of the match that day. The game's on YouTube. Well, you see how good he was. Now, I'm saying that in that second half, like, that game should have been 3 or 4-0.
Tios.
Yeah, they just collapsed. But you can't take it away.
And it's rare, you'd have never seen Sheriff like that, sure you wouldn't back then. You'd have never seen them
You talk to the
collapse.
lads now, and we were the ones that they hated playing. Because we went then in 2017, beat them in Tolkien in the final on penalties.
In the
Leinster
Leinster
Junior
Junior again, you was won a 2 year in a row.
Yeah.
Did you
No,
really?
2015, and St. Kevin's I think won in 2016. didn't
Yeah,
they?
that's right, yeah.
And then we played them. Then we got to the final. It was our first year in the Leinster Senior League. So we beat Shamrock Rovers then in 2016. Cause for winning the Leinster Junior Cup, you're in the Leinster Senior Cup.
Yeah.
So we went on a crazy run. We went beat Rovers. That was madness. Like
So
Pat
some
Fenlon was
experience.
going bleeding mad, and little Trevor Clark was playing. So he was in it. He's from our area. So, we beat them. Then we got Bray in the next round. So we had to play them up in John Hoyland Park, St. Francis, because that's a private ground. Beat them 2-1. We were 7-1 against them. Right?
I think the Bugs has had a cup on
all
here.
all of us are going to beat them that summer, so it was great. So we got Wexford in the semi-final down there, so we all ready to go. We knew we were going to beat them. Paul Murphy, my mate from North End, he was playing for them at the time. We got 1-1. Last kick of the game, we get a penalty. Yeah, last referee said there's a minute left. Their keeper got sent off for the penalty. So their left full went to goal. And he's going to hate me saying this, but Dean Evie was taking the penalty. Dan O'Matches went over and took her out.
I know where this is going.
And boom, the little left full saves it. Game goes to extra time, they beat us 2-1.
I know of any of the 3 teams they played, they'd be the team you'd expect to win.
Do you know what I mean? They went and played, they actually went and played Bowes again. Bowes, that played beat Usher the other day.
I didn't know you went that far in that.
Went there. So that was there. And that was when we had Richie Coates was playing there. 2016, Chris Barber. That's when them boys came on the scene. And they just brought that little bit. But this
Castle coach then.
Casso and Paul Doyle were in 2016. It was Kevin and Tom O'Clark, and then Castos came in after them by Kevin, and then Cass and Paul Doyle and Kevin. Our first year in the Leinster Senior League down 2017, and we won the treble in our first year. So we won the league. Major won Sunday, I think we won. We won the Leinster Junior Cup, and we won one of them. I think it was the Nugent Cup or something. But we beat Sheridan in Tolka Park in the final on penalties. In their backyard.
So they stayed Premier A at this time, and you were gone Leinster Senior. Well, in the junior section,
we had a good connection with them. We've great relationship with Sheriff, and we always did. Whatever happens on the pitch happens on the pitch. Like we have nice.
That's why football should be.
Yeah, because I think I made a close relationship with them all, because Nelson, when we and you went and played, and Al, when we played in the Oscar Trainer, there was 9 Sheriff players there.
Yeah.
So we kind of had to get on with the boys because I'm with them all the time.
Yeah.
So we kind of, when we went onto the pitch, I was like, lads, listen, this is who you wind up and this is who you don't.
Yeah.
So
because it goes like that, doesn't it? When you get friendly with someone that's not in your team. I think Davey Kane might have said it before. He was like, he played in the internationals with Dougie Dolan, and he says he used to batter each other playing. He says when he went into the internationals then, and then they got a friendship,
and he hated it as well. He's like, you're fucking supposed to be hating you.
He's meant to hate him, but he couldn't then on the pitch against.
That's the way it goes, and that's what happened in them squads. Whatever happens on the pitch happens on the pitch. You know what I mean? Like if someone takes something personal off the pitch, then
you shouldn't be playing football.
I'm
parents over there. You wouldn't be playing that level if they did. No. You wouldn't be playing that level.
So
they'd be well gone.
We beat them on penalties. What a game! And another one that's on the striker hurdle is I think it's Eamon, is it Scott? He done some coverage for that game. Like it's crazy. You can see like we brought over 1,000 fans to that. Yeah, 10 buses.
Where was that talking?
Park. Beat them. What a game! The whole game.
What score was that?
2-2. And then went to penalties. Great. So on their team, there was so Ross Coskin was their penalty master man. He was the
save for saving.
But Deco Woods was playing a goal, and Kevin made him bleed mad move. The last minute of extra time, Kevin changed the keeper. Now Woodsy wasn't happy, but listen, he got a gold medal out of it.
Yeah,
he changed the keeper last minute.
That's some management though, isn't it? Yeah.
And Ross went on to save 2 penalties.
Brilliant, love it.
And usually Lee Murphy be the penalty gonna. He's very good at sending the penalties.
And my penalties on YouTube. And Lee Murphy, Bones told Lee Murphy, because he told me there a couple of years after, he says Dino goes top left.
That way,
and he was inches away. You'll see on YouTube, inches away. I never changed his fault. I only scored the winner against Bangor there last week to knock them out of the intermediate. But we won the treble that year, and we got Collinstown got Junior Club of the Year that year.
Because I've had a lot of success, haven't you? Like for a club that started, I would just say 2007, and all the way up. Like there's teams that are floating around the top levels, and even back when we were playing, that like have won like literally nothing. For a team for years to start off 2007 and work his way all the way up to Premier A, gaining success there, and then moving to Leinster Senior, gaining more success, going far in the senior cups, and then getting yourselves to like just fell short last year. Like, you know, you're relegated, but you got yourself to the second top league. Like it's some
so
down. Like.
We haven't and it was mad. Someone said it was only actually the new gaffer said it. I think he threw this in the woodworks. We haven't actually won an intermediate league yet.
You just got promoted.
Yes. So we won in 2017. We won the treble, and
one just went to intermediate.
That was so Graham Doyle was playing. Jerry Short was only a nipper. Barber wasn't in the squad then.
He was being lazy then, he told us.
So, yeah, I think so. Something happened or something, because he was at the main cruising, flying well before that and all. He was bleeding brilliant. He was. The players couldn't get the ball on him. I remember 4 players trying to take the ball on him, just going like that with shoulders. Do you know what I mean? Like
shrug.
They just couldn't get the ball on him. But like he was getting himself back fit when he was playing with us, enjoying it again. But him and Richie Coates in the middle were bleeding excellent.
He actually spoke very highly of Collinstown, didn't he? When we spoke to him.
No, he had a good relationship with the lads, and listen, it's just everyone's down there, people at the club. And the reason why I think with the success was because they're all winners. There's a winning mentality there. So, 2018 was the transition change. So you'd Anto stop playing. You'd had all. I was the youngest out of all their crew, so there was a good batch of say 30-year-olds to 35.
Nice mix.
Yeah, but all them went, and I was left there.
Waiting for the new batch to come in.
In 2018, I was left. There was about 3 or 4 of us, but all my schoolboy team that I took from under 11s.
So you're playing with them now?
They're all with me now.
That's
so they were all in 2018. They were all under 19s. So we won the Lardon Cup. I think we were the first Southside team to ever win it. That was a little one. We beat Leicester Celtic 4-0. Like that was a big. I think we left that out. That was a big commitment for me. I took them when I come home to America, because we were doing the coaching with the FEI. So I had to take them. So I said, right, I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Coach them while I'm doing my courses. So
learning on the job, as you say.
So I took them right to under 19s from under 11s. Like big commitment Sunday mornings.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it myself with the under 9s at the moment.
There was some mornings I wasn't there because I always said, right, if I take a team, my own football comes first. So we brought all them are now are with me in the senior team. Now there's a few playing with Ballyfirm United, which is great to see. We only played against 3 of them that are in my league. And they're flying.
Yeah.
One of them's flying, he's banging in goals. A couple are playing with Parma. So they're all still playing. The good thing is we never lost any of them to any street crime or that. Do you get me? They're all still, and they're all walking. They're in a few quid. They're in with boards and all. So
I'm sure that's all you wanted when you grown up as a coach.
Yeah, no, that's I had them in a strong mindset. And Brendan Oliver that ran the team with me, he's an ex-army man, so he had them well drilled. Like we done some trips with them. We brought 30
something
them
to be proud of.
We brought 30 them to Barcelona under 15s. We brought them to play in the Barcelona tournament, and we said to ourselves, right, Barca are playing at home on the Sunday. We'd nothing to do on the Sunday. So we goes to the lad that ran the trip. I said, can you get us tickets? I said, oh no, they're going to be extra. This is 2 weeks before we went. I said, how much? So we got back to his with a price, said 80 quid a ticket. We went straight into Super Value, said, have you got this weekend bagpacking? Said, yeah. We raised 3 grand.
Happy days.
Brought them all to the new camp. Messi won 7-0 against Almeria. Yeah. Messi scored a hat-trick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's just cut down something, boys. There, you two are actually playing each other this weekend, yes?
We are, yeah.
So that's going to be the fight. It's all friendship now. Is there going to be any?
Yeah, no, we all hugs after it anyway.
We'll talk about the match at the end. But 2018 was the turning point in the club. The transition. Cass was at the taking a role down in Newbridge as director of football, because he's at the doing his top. I think he's on UEFA A now, is he? So Cass took a different route. So we were kind of a couple of players retired, and I was just kind of. We still had 3 or 4 of us around. So the transition was coming. Then COVID came, and that kind of killed us to get where we were trying to get.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then last year. Things just didn't work out, and listen, it was just COVID's changed a lot of things. It's had to change. People just found different ways of living life. Like a lot of my other friends didn't go back to football. They just took up the going training and going the running game. Sorry, the running destroyed it, because I was one of them that went out.
A lot of people, the clubs have been set up around the areas and all that. So
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. Like we ran 100. Remember, I run that 100k. We ran 100k in one day during the lockdown.
Jesus,
for Jigsaw.
Yeah, very good.
But
how he's looking this year?
Looking good. The good thing about this year, there's good people around. They're getting they're back in Collinstown College, so they're in between. We're going to wait on Friday night football, so they're going back to Collinstown College. That's where the club was built.
What was that the decision to get away from the Friday and just get back to the local kind
of because we found us on a Friday night, if you're walking and you're just up to the pitch and play a match, and then
preparation isn't right, isn't it?
Coming home at 10:30 at night, and then, do you get me?
Not sleeping till 3 in the morning.
I don't know what happened. Something happened, and it's not Dean Carpenter making this decision. It was just everyone looked at it and says, do you know what, go back. I just think life's had to change in the last 2 years, 3 years, where people's routine, like, you don't hear people going out nightclubbing or that anymore.
No.
You know, like, and I've been talking to other managers, and they're getting lads up on a Sunday now, because there's no nightclubs. There's nothing in Dublin anymore, and everywhere is too expensive. Like if you want to go on a night out, you need 200 or 300 quid in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, so that was the big task of just going back to Sunday mornings. There's good people around now. There's good people in charge. There's good coaches in charge, and there's good people in the background running things, and it takes a bit of pressure off my back.
We'll skip back a little bit then, Dean. So when did the international kind of call start coming? When you're
we'll go through the international journey. We played. It was after my first Oscar training. I got asked out to play in a training game. Played a lot of them. Played against England, Northern Ireland. I think we played Spain and Whitehall, one of them. And everything was the striker. You found out you were in the squad on a Tuesday. Right,
Is that how that worked? You didn't get a thing before, no?
No. It was you opened the start on a Tuesday.
Yeah, the clubs didn't even get a call, sure they didn't.
No. So I remember they were going to a training camp in Spain for the regions. Like, and I was at the back then. It was just in 2014, 15. Back then, I was the fittest. I was absolutely flying. I was like a machine, flying. I was, and then I'm gonna be honest. What broke me was I got wind. I was going on to the Spanish trip, the training camp, and then I opened the paper on the Tuesday and put on standby.
Was Jerry Smith the manager or Jerry Davis at the time?
Jerry Smith.
Jerry Smith.
Now, Jerry Smith was great to me. He always looked after me, especially when my dad died. Jerry Smith and Jerry Davis and Bill, and I know Bill was with the AUL, but all the AUL managers, they were all brilliant. But that broke me, I think. You know what I mean?
So mindset was obviously
a lot of the senior lads that text me, like some Ross looked after me when I was a kid. Ross was unbelievable when I was coming in there. And if Ross Carrick, yeah. He was unbelievable. James Walsh, I actually played in James Walsh's testimonial for the Irish team. Like, he invited me down to that, so they all looked after me really, really good. But yeah, that broke me.
Did it affect you, do you think?
Yeah, I was saying to myself, I'm not bleeding good enough. And back then I was flying, I was doing everything that I could, but
obviously, as you said before and over, it's hard to get out of that team, then get in it. But obviously, you had these stalwarts there that you kind of chose all the time. It just wasn't your time to kind of to push in at that stage.
Yeah,
so.
It was. I stopped getting into the international team when we done the changeover, because it was when we were leaving the AUL. We were asking, could we go to the bottom intermediate, but they didn't. They put us at
the junior.
And it was, listen, I know Chris was one of the lucky ones. He was playing in senior Saturday and still playing in the international. That's because he wasn't lucky.
Good.
He was that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's the international journey stopped when we done the
transition.
The
and that was it. Then you haven't been in since.
No, haven't been in since. Now I don't know. I signed them. But it was really good in the international. It was like the standards were top of the range.
Many caps you get?
I have 7 or 8 altogether, and 2 of them are 2 winnings against England, which is great.
In Ireland and England, or was it both of them in Ireland?
Both in Ireland, yeah, in Northern Ireland. I've never been.
Everyone always says it about the England games, don't they?
Something about it,
There was something about it that when they get the
you like beating England,
yeah,
and it's nothing to do with any of that. What happened years ago? It's just you like beating your neighbours.
You need a rival, and obviously
like
England's their
Wales.
rival, so yeah.
It's like Wales, you know what I mean? It's like playing Collinstown, playing Dublin Bus.
It's a rival, yeah.
It's a rival. So we beat them, so that was good. But looking back at the international, I do think I deserved a little bit more of it.
You would have liked to go to a tournament.
I think I deserved the tournament. I think I deserved the tournament to be in the squad. And to be honest with you, like, I wouldn't have got into the squad. I wouldn't have been asked to train if I didn't have ability. Do you get me? But what I did have, I had serious commitment and dedication. So
that's half the battle most times.
So that's
where there's no doubt you definitely had the ability anyway. Because look, you wouldn't have been there. Wouldn't have got.
That's what I just wanted. One shot of going to the regions. I wanted them, you know. So that was that is one of my regrets. That not playing in an Irish tournament.
Again, it's something we speak about as well with people's regrets. It's not even it's not a regret you're in control of. Sure, it wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you said you were flying, you thought you deserved more, you'd done everything you could.
I was the youngest, didn't I?
I was about to say that you must have been one of the youngest in the group.
I was youngest in the group, yeah.
If it sounds of things, so you had a man's mentality, like a kind of, it wasn't a young lad, you're a senior, like,
I think
mentality was.
what made me, like the lads in Collinstown made a big impact, but the Oscar trainer lads, they were always playing with all the best players in Premier A. You know what I mean? Like,
No, there's no like, he's a new lad. Like, they made you feel
they
like
looked after
a
me.
family there.
Yeah, they looked after me, the players and the staff. Like,
Yeah.
you've seen it yourself with the AOL, you couldn't, the staff.
School crack though, yeah.
It was great.
Yeah,
Like,
brilliant.
when we won that 4 years in a row. Like, they bleeding spoiled us. They did. You know what I mean?
Nights out and everything else. Yeah.
But it was unbelievable, and I think that's what made me the person I am today. Like, winning. Like, I have them 4 jerseys in them medals in my gym with the 4 photos. So people are coming in looking up at them. Like, and you can see I'm a nipper, and you can see me.
Gradually grow up.
Yeah, and all the squads are different.
Yeah.
Man, such the players in them.
You'll have to send when you get a chance. Send us the few of them, all the pictures. Yeah,
players are crazy, and there's loads of them out in the AOL complex now. But we bought in. Yeah, it was just unbelievable. The first one was the big one. I think OB done 2 years with us, didn't he? Paul O'Brien, he was amazing.
Yeah, he's good on. We won it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was just top of the range. So I only was chatting to him last week. But yeah, so I think after when we moved to the AU or to the Leinster Senior League, that's when we kind of dropped out, and we're at the winning, doing all that in the LSL. I think then, I don't know what way the rule works with the League of Ireland. So we basically won that, right? It was a long season, that 2017 when we won that treble. We only had to beat Sheriff, and we had some party. Oh my God, because they were still top of the pops back then, Sheriff in 2017. And we were partying, I think, for 2 or 3 days. Like, it was that bad, right?
So the whole community was out. Like, yeah.
Like, you were all on the roundabouts and all. We all got into Club Diva at Hush.
Yeah.
In our tracksuits. Everybody. And I was pulled a few weeks after that and said, Dean, do never bring people up here in tracksuits ever again, or you will be barred for life. Like, there was just all Collinstown tracksuits. Yeah. So,
who was the man acting the bollocks that won the Collinstown tracksuit?
A few days after that, I got a phone call from one of the managers out of the club, and said, now I had holidays and all planned, and so that was in my daughter was only born, Ave. So this is only 6 years ago. She was born in April. So we had plans we're going on a family holiday. We had plans for the summer. And the manager out of the club said, Dean, Shamrock Rovers are on. They were at the game. They're at me at the last couple of games. Like, I was like, all right, well, what's up? And he said, do you want you to go in training with them? And I'm like, what? Because I didn't get wind of nothing. He said, do you want you?
Bit taken back by it.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. He said, you were at the match on Sunday. This is Stephen Bradley and Glenn Cronin were at the match on Sunday. So this is in May. So 28th of May, was it? 26th of May. He said, do you want you going in training on the 1st of June? Do you want your training for, because I couldn't sign until the 1st of July. So they wanted me training for the 1st of June to the 30th. So back then the gym was flying. It was absolutely out the door. Still the way it is now. So 1st of June went in training. Me and Darren Clark, 2 of us. So we had to do a 30-day trial. So things just changed overnight. I was like, right, those professional, everything brought us in.
What was the step up like then? Massive.
Robbie Keane was training, Damien Duff was training. It was Steve McPhail, he was doing the coaching. It was just...
So for going from, obviously, your lads that you kind of grew up in, kind of 1 or 2 outsiders and all, the training with these superstars. Well, they are superstars,
yeah.
did you?
Getting caught in a ronda with them.
Getting dizzy, were you?
Yeah, getting caught in a ronda with... I think I got caught in a ronda with Robbie Keane, Damien Duff, Graham Buck, and Ronan Finn.
Membership card in there, had you?
I could get the ball off. But it was crazy. But just, and that's when Rollstown, the money was getting pumped into the facility, so it was just top of the range. So my routine then My little daughter was only 3 months.
You obviously signed after the
So what happened now?
trial.
We'll skip forward. My trial match, yeah. First trial match is against Celtic. Brendan Rodgers is the manager. I'm marking Scott Sinclair and James, what's her man? James Forrest. They beat us 8-1. It was 30 degrees. It was on a Saturday.
Jesus.
It was absolute. Now, so we had a blowout after the final, and then when they got on the phone, and I said that, so he was panicking, saying, right, I was going in and getting body fat checks and all, and they said, right, social life is. I was 26, 32 now when I signed, and I was like, right, everything has to change here now. So just changed my lifestyle.
Yeah, diets,
Everything.
everything's nutrition, hydration,
Everything.
and weight at that level, isn't it?
So we used to. They knew I had the gym, but when you sign a professional contract with them, you're not allowed to walk outside.
Not allowed to do anything,
Not
ain't
allowed
you?
to do anything.
Right.
Not allowed to do anything. So I basically said, "Let's. It is what it is," like, you know. So
Off the books with the gym.
yeah. No, I had to stay. I had to because we were saving for the house at the time. So
Right.
I had to continue. So I still went to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Done 6 to 8. Went home, had a bit of breakfast, had me breakfast, and then I'd be in Rollstown Monday to Friday every morning at 9:30. 9 o'clock. Sorry.
How many hours do you train them for?
So we train in Rollstown for 9 o'clock, and on the foam roller. So weigh in at 9:15. Foam roller half nine to 10 to 10 on the pitch for 10, and then train till 12. Then they'd feed you. Yes, they had their own private chef and all that. Shower, and then home. Then you left the car park at 2 o'clock. Sorry, you went to them on a Monday. You had your lunch. You left the car park at 1:30, and you went to Kickstart. No, Darren Dillon tell it. Yoga. You done yoga till 3 o'clock. You done that on the Monday. Then on the Tuesday, you done the gym. Instead of the yoga. Wednesdays were off, and then Thursdays are all set pieces, and then in the afternoon there's video analysts on the team they're playing on the Friday. But while these are all going home at 4 o'clock in the day, I'm going back to work.
Yeah.
Get me, I'd fly home, see me daughter, see Robin for a half an hour, and then I'm back and work till 8 o'clock that night. And
It takes its toll after a while. The body breaks down a bit, does it?
That's a big part why I think it didn't work out. You know, now it did work out. I had a lot of. Listen, we get to talk about Bradson now, but so that was the crack with that. We played Celtic in that game, and I just went on and I didn't change my game. If a winger tries to take me on, I'm gonna clatter him. And then in that game, you should see how good Celtic were, because we played Burnley then on the Friday, played Celtic on the Saturday.
Well, Brendan Rodgers probably got Celtic ever playing the best football.
It
Didn't
was
he?
the year you won the treble. You won the treble that year then.
Mm.
Probably the toughest game I ever played, because they held the ball for about 70 minutes and just kept moving us side to side. And the two wingers, they played 4-3-3. They just stood on the line.
That was your first game, so
That was my first
welcome
game.
to professional football.
Welcome to professional football against Celtic.
And obviously they had that possession there, but how do you think you done?
Done very good, because if I didn't do well, I would have been thrown out the door on the Tuesday saying, no, we need.
Did Darren play that game as well?
Yeah, he played well. Yeah, he played very well. So, and when I signed with them, they let the defender go. So I was saying to myself, right, happy days.
There's an opening here,
There's
yeah.
an
There's a
opener here
chance
for me. So they didn't know whether to play me left full or centre half. So I think the reason they signed me, because they knew I could do both. You know, and in June, my fitness levels just went crazy. Like you should see me physique and all. It was.
How did your body react to that? From being an amateur player and going into then like straight away going into the professional.
It was tough, because I was after playing a full season and it was tough in that league where we're in. Like, I know it's Major Sunday, but it was intense. But just with everything, the intensity and the training and all, it was. But he tested me and I got through it all. But then we played Burnley the following Saturday. Sean Dyke's team, Robbie Brady was actually playing. The fella that went to Newcastle then, what's his name?
Chris Wood.
Yeah. Now they were brutal. You know what I mean? I was like, this is grand. He just kept hoofing the ball. So when he wasn't playing football, it was great. compared to the 6 days before it.
Yeah.
We played them on a Friday. So then after the Friday, fair play, I had my family holiday booked for the Saturday. And I was nervous to say to them, saying, listen, I have this booked. And he just said, listen, is it with your baby and the miss? I said, yeah. So they let me go for 5 days.
That was
Different
with the lads,
story.
yeah.
You were going to Ibiza with the lads or
Yeah,
something.
and I didn't even had a few drinks with over there, but I was out training every day still. Do you get me?
You'd have to at that level, wouldn't you?
And then I signed the professional contract with them on the 1st of July, and that's when I blew out to the public, and that was the end of the international end of it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what way that works or.
Once you play League of Ireland, as you were talking about before, once you play League of Ireland, they kind of you're done.
Yeah, you can't do it, especially if you were still playing junior. You could have, you'd play for both as like a junior international, then amateur international. If you're an intermediate player, you can only play amateur, and if you play League of Ireland, you can. If you play junior and you played League of Ireland, you can play for the juniors. You know, it's a weird.
So
I
played from June to the season was over, and it was great. It was unbelievable. Like we were playing, like going from playing in parks to
stadiums, more or less. Yeah.
Now, like, but back then, like, same again. Like, I think I should have got a little better. Like, I played against Cork, and we knocked Cork out of the semi-final, and was top of the range in that game. Like, he done what basically everything he asked me, I done.
Maybe playing left full,
but I just thought he didn't trust me a little bit. You know what I mean?
Probably come from the obviously the amateur game coming into it's probably in the back of his mind.
I was fitter than half of them. Could cross the ball better than half of them. So that's what else.
Sometimes you just take a chance, you know, isn't it? Like,
and I mean, like, see, when I did get me chance, like I was nervous in every game, but my concentration levels were 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like in the amateur game, you can knock off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
you can leave a little runner sometimes, can't you? Someone else will mop him.
Yeah. So I don't know. But he was great. He was Brad's at the top of the range, coach and manager, and Glenn McPhail as well. And then he was under. I think he was under a little bit of pressure because he didn't win the league that year. Dundalk, like that's when the transition was coming. To take over Dundalk. They get rid of Dundalk because Dundalk were the top dogs back then. So I think he was under a bit of pressure then at the start of the season then just to basically get, because there was a big budget there for them to get players in. Now listen, he could have say he offered me to go to other League of Ireland clubs, like he had them all on the table for me to go and train, and I just wasn't interested. The gym was flying.
You tested it and you seen what it was like, and
like I could have signed for Bray. He had that set up Longford. But Bowes were struggling back then. Bowes were only part time, so we had all that. He had everything lined up for me.
So you just didn't just throw you out the door. No. You had that much respect for you that he says, "Listen,
he said, "No, Dean, I just said I want to go back just playing." He said, "Do you want me to get you into Lucan United?" I was like, "Listen, I couldn't do that." I mean, if I'm going back to the Leinster City,
you're going to Collinstown.
I'm going to Collinstown, you know.
There's no other club really for you, was there? Like, come on, let's face it.
So, no, he was a massive, and I still keep in touch with him the odd time. If I need that, and he'll get it sorted for me. So
looks at your contact list in your phone, isn't it?
No, it's just people that you build up relationship with. You know
it's good all through football. That's what I always said. You wouldn't know half the people. Most of the people would know it wasn't for football. And did you all through your life from the time you were 18? You're still talking to the lad that you coached with.
Yeah.
Oh, the coach over in America.
Yeah.
The lad you played with. So you're still sending him over years now. So you've actually made these connections all through your life, and it's great to see that you're still making friends, like even at this age now. You know, it's brilliant.
Yeah. So that was them. After them, then I couldn't play, couldn't I? Couldn't play for a month because of the transfer.
You'd be regraded, yeah. Yeah,
December, yeah. So, but like Shamrock Rovers left me on the long finger for about 4 weeks. Where they were gonna, like, they didn't just release me.
They didn't just say, right here, we were gonna let you go. Like, just kind of left you hanging.
Left me hanging to see could they sign anyone else before they let me go. You with me?
And how long did you tie yourself in for a contract with? A year, was it?
I just signed to the rest of the season.
Right.
Signed to the rest of the season.
Yeah, you went from June or July, was it?
Yeah. June to December. But it was a 7 month of those proper professional. Like, I loved every bit of it. Like, it was great. And I brought my profile up a bit. It was good for my gym as well. They built the gym up a good bit as well. But people are just mad at saying, Jesus, how are you doing all these hours and playing then on the telly? So what I mean is I was a bit mad, and still running Collinstown Football Club.
Yeah.
Because I was still running all the schoolboys while I'm up there. Like, so it was full,
busy life.
full on, and I had a little 6-month-old. So so that was great up there. And then I just signed back for Collinstown because I had no interest in going. I was 27 then. I had no interest in going. My main focus was I had my daughter with my girlfriend, had a great job, and I just wanted to look after them then and just play decent, good football. You know, just with the connection to Collinstown, like I could never leave them and go to anyone else in the Leinster Senior League.
Yeah.
It's being put to me, but I just couldn't deal with that.
No.
Not a chance.
There's no regrets in that though.
No, it never even came to me head to ever leave the club.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The only time I'd ever leave the club if it dismantled. You know what I mean?
It doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon.
No,
with the
definitely
structure
not.
you have now.
It's going too well at the minute. So yeah, so since when I left them, then that's just then COVID came a year and a half later. Because you had a cracking team when I went back to Collinstown. I think we got promoted that year. That's when all the leagues. We actually haven't won a league since we come back from Shamrock Rovers. We got promoted already.
Yeah.
You know, so
Well, look, you're at the being there for every bit of success
Yeah.
that Collinstowners have, like, and some achievement, like even to go there and play nearly a half a season or nearly a full season with Rovers at full time, like coming from amateurs. Not many people have done that in the amateur game, like, because I remember when the talk was of you and Clarkie going, and everyone was kind of going, Jesus, that's some going from Collinstown and going into full time football, and to get a stint of it and a taste of it.
But it wasn't like that as you went in and you were playing the 21s, you played games. Like,
Yeah.
You said you went to play Cork and you thought you done well, so it wasn't like that.
Great
You
experience.
just thrown in there just to be a number,
I
just
think
in
I
case.
played
Like,
6 or 7 games, and then I'll just come on and do other games. You get me? So
it's all good.
Still, though, it's experience. That's experience gained.
But
Can only
going
benefit.
back to the international, like, I trained hard up there, and if you ever bump the Glen Cronin, he'll tell you, said, Dino, you were the hardest working fella on the pitch today. Now you can work hard all you like, but talent needs to come. I was working hard with good ability in the sessions as well. So I hope they're listening, but I do think I deserve the better chance up there. Because I was stronger than the players that were in my position, that's for sure.
Good for you to have the knowledge of that you're better than them.
I worked hard and I committed a bit more, and I thought I could have done a lot of things better. And then, especially when people are pulling you on the street that support them, saying, you should have been playing on Friday night, you would have done a better job than that. You know what I mean?
His brother's number here, pal.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been letting that right winger take you on. That's one thing you don't do as a full back. Don't let a winger run at you. Those clatter on you if you run at you. That's the way definitely. I was coached.
Yeah, definitely. Right, so Dean, there, that's had to be in some fucking career there you're at the going to, man. Brilliant. And still going strong, so
I mean, whatever else I've achieved now playing football, it is what it is.
It's a bonus.
It's a bonus.
Exactly,
I'm at the playing for me league selection teams. I'm at the playing get me international caps. I'm at the playing professional football with the best team in the country. Club. They are the best club in the country, Shamrock Rovers. So
look, you're at the getting for an amateur point of view, you're at the getting everything what you kind of need.
Because you did miss out when I was younger. Like a lot of the lads were going. I went to City when we were under 13s, 12s. Well, them lads got big contracts to England. You know what I mean? And I kind of missed out on that.
But as James Lee once said, like, in the podcast there, he said, "Will you be an average name or a number in the League of Ireland? I mean, you can be a big name in junior amateur football, which you are. I mean, most people are. You say Collinstown, probably yourself and that come up into the mind, you know."
Definitely, yeah. So fair play, right then. We'll skip into a few questions now, yeah.
Quick fire now. You have to be fast. Any regrets?
Yeah. The first regret would be just for me parents, not just could have held out in America a little bit longer. That was one of them. Even for a couple of months later, just to see.
Even a year, just a year. Yeah. But you said when I spoke to you, when we were texting that time, you said it shaped you in a way. It gave you something, didn't it?
Yeah, it made, like, I was a bigger man then going in, like, because I had a lot of people to face. You know what I mean? Like, damn, why'd you come home?
Yeah.
I mean, now I never broke down. I said I just couldn't. It was just too hard. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I'm focused on. I'm not getting into this FAI course, and that's when that FAI course changed my. Like, Jerry does have me, and going in there now, giving them talks.
Brilliant.
You know.
And there's something that your ma.
Yeah.
She wouldn't let you come home until you got something.
Yeah.
And that one thing that you've done is
is
leading your pathway to what you're doing
like,
now.
She trains with me 3 days a week now, and she is proud of
what the man, yeah.
6 years of age.
The best player you played with?
Played with?
Amateur.
Goes without doubt, Anton McCormick.
I knew you were going to say it.
Like, there was a stage, I think it was 3 years in a row, I just beat the full back. They wouldn't even look to see where he is. We just said, right, Dean, put the ball in the penalty spot, and he'd be there.
Yeah.
He'd start at the 6-yard box, right, the centre half. He'd check, go back in, check back out, and just put it to him. Like, he was just. Do you know what? I'm sorry I never got more time to play against him. Like, seeing the big games, the big game in Tolka or in Tallaght Stadium. He was just. It's on YouTube, lads. Have a look how good he is in the game. Like, just sick.
Here we go. Best club
Played for?
Best club, yeah.
It'd have to be Collinstown. It'd have to be Collinstown. From where they've come from, and where it is now, and where the next, I'd say 3 years max. While you see where the club's gonna be.
Well, look, I'd say when you hit 20 years, I'd say there'll be some party England talk about roundabouts.
Just don't send the boys up in their tracksuits again. Yeah,
100%.
Don't go to David. Yeah, best manager.
Kevin Carroll. Kevin's been my manager since I'm 17, and there's a bit of dispute going on at the minute because I signed for Rovers, so I missed out on my testimonial because it was
so broken
9 seasons. So Kev, he's been more than a manager. He's been basically like, he took me when we were 17, and then he looked after me when my dad died.
Like a father figure.
Yeah, same with the rest of them. Peter was massive for me. He was basically nearly my second father because he just helped me so much. Stuart as well. Stuart's been just a massive role model for me over the last 10 years, especially when I got into the business game. So, but Kevin, hands down, he's just, anyone that played under him, his man management was just unbelievable.
So you go best friend in football.
I've actually too many.
I was just thinking that there.
Yeah, you probably can't pick
I've too many. I've too many. Too many through the years. You know. To be honest with you, probably my best friend in football is my brother.
Brilliant.
You know what I mean?
He's went through it all together.
Went through it all, and he's still
up supporting. I seen him at Air Game there a couple of weeks back. Yeah.
I only dropped paint to him from B&Q into the park there 2 hours ago because he's down there marking pitches for the kids to play tomorrow.
That's brilliant. Too good.
He's doing unbelievable things, I have to say. He's really, for that.
Do you know what I mean? Again, he's playing.
And it's great to see because usually that man that's doing that job is usually an old man that's in the club a few years. Or something, you know what I mean? And
like, he came from work. He got a half day from work. He probably said he had to go to the dentist or something. But he's gone down to Mark. So because there's 10 games there tomorrow. 10, yeah. So.
Right, your favourite memory?
Oh, definitely scoring the winner the day after my dad's funeral.
Yeah, like that got me as well. That honestly, that got me.
Yeah. The bury her there on a Saturday, and to play against, because back then Pike Rovers were.
They were a good outfit. Pike.
They
would have been a team that you didn't want to get in the FA Junior.
Yeah. So the score that was just incredible, mind blowing.
So we go players that haven't fulfilled their potential.
Anton McCormick, one of them, because he should be. I think he should be one of them. he should have his own business now, being the next legend in the Premier League.
Did Ando knock it? Like, I always kind of wondered about Ando, because I always used to hear about him and seen him play. Obviously played against a few times and I always thought he was quality. But like, why didn't he stick around? Did he not care enough about football to stick around at, like, say, the likes of Crumlin and all, and to progress into having, like, say, a great amateur career, like with a top level team? I mean,
I just don't think he was bothered. He was mad. He was madman. He still is mad. Still is mad. He's just gas. Mad thing. Everything is just going 100 miles an hour. Look, he's playing over 35s now and scoring hat-tricks and all. Right foot, left foot, header.
Is he with Temple Oak?
No, he's up. No, all the local lads that played with Collinstown now are up in I think it's Castle Park or something. They're flying. They're in finals and all. They just get Anto out to play to score 4 or 5 goals.
Yeah, and that's it then. Yeah.
So the likes of him, like I would have been only a kid when he was basically, like, I think Alex Ferguson wrote a letter to him before, didn't he?
I heard that.
So the likes of that. So he's one, and he'd be mainly one of them, yeah. And then Chris as well, Chris Barber. How he didn't play in the League of Ireland is beyond me.
Or professional,
See, I wouldn't have seen him. I would have been too young when he was playing schoolboy. But in the amateur game, definitely
one of the best. Yeah.
But he's more. Chris Goff does focus on work and family. Because any time I was playing with him in the AUL, he was flat out with work and he was flat out with the family. So,
yeah, best 11. Yes.
Amateur, right.
Rovers aren't getting any shakes in here.
Played with. In goal, definitely Ross Costigan. He was top of the range. He was one of the main ones in the whole build of Collinstown. I think they tried to even get him back this year. He's actually coaching. We have him coaching in the academy now. So he's a little young, so he's going to be actually here on our 7th manager this year. So him definitely. Can't put myself in, I sure can.
Of course you can, yeah.
You can. Yeah.
No, a few guys have.
People have.
Yeah.
Now, the centre halves, Damo Cuff, he was just unbelievable. Like, he's another one that could have went. He could have played in the League of Ireland if he
didn't fulfil his potential. Did he not?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think he had a good season with Crumlin when Crumlin were dominant that year. Remember, Damo was only young. I think they won 4 trophies in one season when Kramer and all were around. Right. Damo was in that. Him centre half. Go 4-4-2, yeah.
Yeah.
Damo centre half. Then the next centre half beside him, definitely Matthew Cullen, yeah. Matthew Cullen was out of Ballyferma, top of the range. He was
Collinstown.
Yeah. He was unbelievable. He was. He played with us for a good long stint, and he won a lot of trophies with us. Right full, Ian McNeil. He's still playing with us now, Macca. Like that. This fella does. Well, if you've seen him in the dressing room, like, you'll be like, he's not a footballer. He's not even looking at anyone. Yeah, he's no and he'll tell you this himself. He's no personality. But just when he just wants to, when he goes onto the pitch, he's just a different player. He's just a winner. Hates losing. But what a player! Like, the only position I've never seen him playing is in goal. He's played in every other position, but to me,
did he play for West?
Yes. Yeah, he did.
Yes.
Yeah. He played for Chris's team.
Yeah.
And Gav.
Paddy Madden.
Paddy Madden's team.
Yeah. So, but my position with him was right full.
You put me off there when you said Macca, because I think they called him Naylor over there, didn't he?
Naylor, yeah.
Yeah.
And then across the midfielder.
No, you're at the leaving the left full now.
Oh, left full, sorry.
He wants to put himself.
Yeah, put yourself in there, come on. I'll put you in there, Dean. Get your boots.
Now the left fulls for the. We go 3-5-2. Is that right?
Yeah. Go on. You're gonna put them three.
Yeah. So McNeil, Damo Cuff, and Matthew Cullen. They be the best three that I've played with. To me, I just thought Macca was a better defender, because he was an attacking. He'd be like me, attacking defender. The three in the middle, Philly Orell, he was just top of the range. He was the club captain from when I first went in. And then he retired. he handed the captain's armband over to me. He's the Jinder lads, remember him?
I
Played
can't
the
remember
six.
him. I can't remember him now.
Like he'd remind you of he was in the Gattuso, remember him? Just used to kick players.
Yeah.
So if there was a good player on the team, Kevin used to say, right, I want you on him. And then Dano Machos, he still is now. He's outrageous.
What old is he now?
Dano, it'd be 29, 30. 30. It was 30,
He's around a long time as well.
Yeah.
Kind of would have came up with you, would he?
yourself,
Yeah. As a
Yeah.
young lad, yeah.
And then the other midfielder, I've only played with my short stint in the club, but into them Oscar trainers, Chris Barber, he was just
Phenomenal.
He was just top of the range. And off the pitch, like I was in 2 tournaments with him, and he just used to look after me. You know what I mean? And then on the pitch, like I remember one time, I think we played against O'Devney, and I got smashed in a tackle running down the line. And he goes, Dino, we'll get him back. 20 minutes later,
Slattered him.
So that was just him, wasn't it? Out in the left top 3 will be Darren Clark. Like he was just immense, and he's flying with Galway now.
Flying.
He's and the Deloitte.
I don't know what foot he is.
Because he got a raw deal up in Rovers. He didn't get what he should have got, you know. So, and he knows that. So
he really only kicked on, didn't he, when he came to Crumlin that time? When he came to Crumlin with us, and he I think he got player of the year, and he was brilliant.
And that was more, he wanted to prove everyone wrong.
Yeah, it felt like that.
Yeah.
Felt like that, because when he first came up to us, I think he was coming from Collinstown, just was fading in and out, playing well here and there or whatever.
Yeah.
From what I was led to believe anyway, man. As soon as he came up to Crumlin, then he was the best trainer.
Yeah.
He was best on the pitch then, and he gave everything, left everything on the pitch as well. He wanted to try it, yeah.
He wanted to keep his CV the way he wants it to be, you know, because back then Trevor was getting all the limelight, you know.
Yeah.
So he was he was amazing. That year we won
Character as well.
That year we won the treble, man. You should have seen him. He was just top of the range. Like he used to go out and play for both teams on Saturday and Sunday. He went and scored 7 or 8 goals. He was just
he's
a
funny
character.
man.
He played a massive, and then far right. So what do we say?
Clarkey on the left.
Clarkey on the left, and Ger Short on the right. When Ger first started, that's where his danger was. On the right
Centre
side.
forward now, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's gone in centre forward now. That's his danger now. Like he was just every year. Like we got him off Collinstown Celtic when he was only 18, 19.
Just came out of nowhere.
Like he only started playing football at 13 years of age. Just came out of nowhere.
Madness.
And then the number 9 is Santa McCormick.
Yeah.
You know, like to have, if you had them 3 in your team. Now the 3 of them don't have a brain, but 3 of them between them on the pitch, they just have serious ability. But they get ever a chance to play with that starting 11, like that'd be top of the range. And every single one of them won all the big cups with us. Like they've probably, I know that doesn't matter what medal it is, but they have all bags of medals between us. You know, so
I think you're missing one.
I think you're missing 2. Where's one in midfield?
No, he has his 3, done his 3 in midfield. You have Clarkey out wide, Jared on the right,
2 up front,
and
so
Anto and someone.
Graham Doyle, do you know Paul Doyle?
He's one of the Doyles, Jeff's
Graham
brother.
Doyle, he was him and Anto up front. He played an absolute massive part in the whole treble winning. I think he played with us for 2 years, but he was just so good. Should have seen him even against Sheriff in that final. You'll see it on the video. And then in training, how good he was, because he was 37, 38.
Right.
35, 36. And how good he was.
So him and Anto would have played up front that day, would they have, against Sheriff?
No, Anto actually stopped playing in 2016.
Right. Dean, thanks very much, pal. I'll see you Sunday now on the pitch.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
And whatever happens on the pitch.
Happens. Thanks very much, pal.
Very much,
Right, that. Right, thanks
for taking me on.